Stupidity, man. It is also a style to look forward to. Okay. Stupidity is definitely it's just a style. It's a style that you have to look towards. But this was kind of like the hint right here. This is a little bit of the hint. That's why this all looks really creepy. This looks very creepy. But looks very disturbing. I like the outline of it too. It's trying to get me to focus on this. Which is right, because there's this certain posture, okay? The thing that makes me like so infatuated with it. Now, see, here's an easy example for you too, if you're just not getting it. That's an easy example up above. Okay? That's just an easy example, right? But this is supposed... It's crazy they even have little tiny floaters here. And this is to give you like a feeling, like a dopamine. That's to give you like a dopamine of how creepy it can be, right? Up here, it's doing the repetition. Now, this is where you get to see like an outer, kind of like an outer shell of it. But I like to see it better when it's hidden like that down there. That's the angle. That's why I pointed to that. The item behind it, right? And the thing about it, and this is even, they're getting really creepy today because this has a point right here. Here's our point. Now, if you want to put like multiple secrets in a video game, apparently you can take a simple line. You know, you can take a format of a line. You could take a different shape and a different line. That's why it's showing it right here too. See how it's showing it right there? But you could take a line, and you could take a shape, and you can have two secrets, okay? So you can have two video game secrets just by these lines, right? And the crazy part of this, right? There's just a lot of crazy parts to this. Just a ton. But we're going to keep it a little simple on that, right? Because we got vagina right over here. See how this is like all vagina? This is some crazy vagina. But the spot, the blends, when they do these little blends, right? And when they take... so the highlight of it, it's like loop. Loop is a crazy thing of itself, okay? Uni and loop are two crazy things because they're from different video game secret. But the crazy part is that you can use uni, and then you can see a shape. You can start to see a shape, and it's a very good shape to see. It's a shape I desire to see, you know? This one's kind of hard to break down. We're going to be patient on this one. We'll be patient on that one, okay? We're going to be patient on that because we're trying to find some other shapes. But it's messed up because the shape is like a I was so like the shape of like the animation of it, because the animation's very odd to it. So they'll add like, you know, like a top up here. So we would cut this top off, right? We'd cut this top off, but they'll add a top. The shape and the idea of like, because it's beautiful in remembering everything behind it, because the animation's so fast, you know, it's like a fast animation. But seeing what's like just even a still point, seeing a pause of it, it's close enough to remembering the animation. It's very good. It's one little pause, just one little pause to try and see one tiny little pause. just one pause, because there's a lot of frames. There's just way too many frames, there's a lot of frames, there's moving. But it's good to get the movement too, Like, this is the closest to getting to the movement. And it's been very, like, a very close way to get to the movement. It's creepy that they're using, like, this uni stuff too. Right here, see, this is like a form of uni, right here. So they're using like a form of uni, and they're using that in a way to connect away from the other secrets, right? From the other secret. But it's like it's pretty messed up. Sharp points. See, I could get lost in this thing. Dude, this is 5 minutes. I'm trying to tell you, this is 5 minutes. I could get lost in this because here's a sharp point. And there's another sharp point that they're trying to talk about up there, right? So that's just another sharp point that they're trying to talk about. But yeah, so they'll take two secrets and they'll put them together, and it's very creepy. It's very creepy. Two big, massive secrets, right? And they'll put them together. Also, it's good just to see this shape up above, seeing this shape over and over again. Remember, vengeance will come out. Vengeance is coming out. This is this one right here. This one's pretty good. See this one right here? I'll try and see if I can finish something off here. That one's good too. That's like a that's pretty good. They're using different color, but it's like another idea of merging another shape, right? That's why we were talking about vagina, okay? But like merging another shape, okay? So taking the outline of the vagina and then taking a shape of something else, right? It in general has an idea of us to look at that, right? Which is pretty creepy. So that it has like all these general ideas. It's confusion again, confusion again. But notice how when I talked about this a long time ago, see this 1, 2, 3 that I talked about a long time ago? I talked about this like I was like, okay, I'll pay a little bit of attention to it. Because look, up above, it has a good shape that I've been looking at, right? But also, right, is that with all three of these, that's very good to have that right there. So sometimes these stupid, like little tiny shape ideas or what it is, like these little shapes or these little, points. That's the thing. Now here's some more vengeance, right? Okay. So vengeance is like, it's a pretty creepy game, dude. It's a creepy game that they're going to be releasing, dude. They're going to be releasing this game, and it's going to be very, very creepy. Notice how when you're just like looking right here, okay, this is the art of creepy. When you're just like looking even here, okay, you're going all the way up here. Look at that whole entire shape, right? It's gonna be pretty messed up, dude. It's gonna be messed up. It's gonna be like a whole like the ideas that they can do, because they don't even have to they can make it almost like animated, That's what I'm saying. They can make it all animated depending on what they want to go and do with it, but they can just make it all animated. So basically be kind of like a series, So yes, they can make a series out of something that's creepy. Take something that's creepy and make a series out of it, right? So messed up. Now, whenever somebody says Ray, because did you know that recently some people have been talking about Ray and like the idea of Ray? But let me show you something too. Is that it's so crazy with Ray that Ray's making this look really simple right here. See how Ray's making that look simple? Gotta itch that off. The whole idea behind Ray, I think I could go a long talk conversation, but think about it. As soon as I go down to Ray, right, I go right over here. I got my Walking Dead, my Xenosaga. See, I got my Xenosaga and my Walking Dead ideas, right? And then this 3 right here, This 1, 2, 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3. It's crazy. Ray is there's a video game. There's a new video game that will be coming out. Everybody's wanting to see the new Elder Scrolls also. You want to see the new Elder Scrolls. There's Gold Road, right? But at the beginning of Skyrim, you got rays, right? But you have 2 different colors of rays. Yes, 2 different colors of rays. That's just like we're using that as like a little sample of an idea, right? Just a tiny sample of an idea. But like I'm remembering things, and I'll tell you something out of my head, right? I'm remembering things, and like when it comes to rotations, okay? So rotations. Kind of remembering what a rotation is. That's why I believe this is right here. Because I'm remembering a little bit of rotations, right? So it's almost like they're telling me not 1, but 2 animations. Because I'm saying I'm getting 2 animations right now. All from one picture. From one picture, I am seeing 2 animations, okay? So the whole thing behind the secrets and stuff, right? And the reason that we even like point to certain things is because see that little thing right there? We point to things like that. The hairstyles are going to be pretty crazy in Shin Megami Tensei. The crazy hairstyles depends on how they want them to talk too. That's what I'm most excited for. How do they want these characters to talk, right? How do they want them to talk? Why do they want these characters to talk? Okay, and this template right here, I've been showing this template quite a bit. See this template I've been showing? But look how we got a uni template with this, right? I've been showing this template over and over again because anytime I can see this amount of a template, right? Anytime I can see a little bit of this object, okay? I can see this object again. And then I can see this object again, right? And then I can see it again. Now, if you've been with a female, once again, if you've been with a female, right? You can know about what this is right here, okay? But you need to be with a female. You know what I'm saying? Be with a female. You could get kind of an idea of what that is right there, okay? Yeah. So the whole idea is when I'm talking about this crazy stuff and I go like on this tangent or I go like beyond this spot of what's going on, it's creepy stuff of like personal stuff, okay? A long time ago I was talking about seams, okay? I was talking about a seam, right? Now a seam in videography, when you're looking at videography or if you're like looking at a video, okay? When you decide to look at a video, is that there's seams. Now the human eye is put to where if a human eye focuses on a seam, okay, and they find a seam, they're not going to see the seam right away. But as soon as you see the seam, okay, so you're seeing the seam, you're not going to focus on it right away. But as soon as you see the seam, your eyes are going to be glued to the seam. But you're not going to be seeing the seam. You're going to be seeing, yeah, and that's why it gets to like a majority of people, okay, like a ton of people. And notice how this is shaped. This is all shaped in a different way. I have to go after this, but like this, see how this is all shaped? This is making like an aura, okay? It's making a whole entire aura of a feeling. So when it's like flamethrower, when I sat down and I wrote on a piece of paper flamethrower, right? There was a huge reason I was writing the flamethrower. I was just like talking about flamethrower. It's hard to know what words to talk about, but that's the words like I'm normally like researching. I'm researching these words because there's a certain word pattern to get to. There's a word pattern I need to get to, okay? And of course I like that. We'll leave with that. See that? 1, 2, I like that. Of course I like that. Now, that's what gets you to a closer, kind of like a closer view of reviewing video games better, by the way, is trying to see what you actually like about a video game. Do you like this video game? You know what I'm saying? Do you have an interest towards this video game? Is there something that you could go off of this video game that could make you, feel like you've actually spent your time, right? And that's the problem I have with video game critics, okay? I have a problem with video game critics because you're supposed to give me, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to give me like the dang cheesecake, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to give me the whole entire cheesecake, right? But if you don't give me the whole entire cheesecake, I'm definitely gonna know, And look how stupid this is. See how stupid this is right there? But we know it's not exactly as dumb as we know it is, because what do we have? Devil children, right? We have devil children. So devil children, yeah. It's the idea of when you're gonna break down a video game and review a video game, you gotta sit down, okay? You're gonna sit down, you're gonna review this video game, and you're gonna actually try and make it, somewhat to sell to somebody, right? It has to be there. It has to be. If it's not there, right? I know this shape can offend people too, because if you cut off the feet, if you just cut off the feet, this shape could be quite offensive. Yeah, that could be quite offensive. That's pretty offensive. But that's how it's to make you scared. You know what I'm saying? It's to make you actually scared. That's hilarious right there. Isn't that funny? That's creepy and hilarious. Creepy and hilarious. That's very creepy. That's creepy. So I haven't jumped to a conclusion either. You know what I'm saying? I haven't jumped to a conclusion. And the reason I don't jump to conclusion, people, okay? The reason I don't jump to conclusion is look at this little triangle right here. See this little triangle right here? I don't jump to conclusions yet. I'm trying my best, okay? Trying my best to get locations, get actual stuff, get actual information, right? Because if we don't have actual information, man. Now, duality is cool. See this spot right here? Duality is cool. That's what the cool part of duality is. That's why this shape looks like this shape. This shape looks like this shape because duality.